เจริญพรเจริญสุขญาติโยมสาธุชนทุกท่านวันนี้วันศุกร์ที่13กุมภาพันธ์ช่วงเช้าวันนี้เราก็ได้มาสวดมนต์เพื่อเข้าเฝ้าพระพุทธเจ้าพระธรรมและพระสงฆ์Good morning. Today is Friday the 13th of February. As usual, we are all gathering at this time to show our respect to the Buddha and appreciation to his teachings. So apologies that yesterday I wasn't able to attend the morning chanting. So I slept like a log. I didn't hear their alarm and I didn't wake up quite late. Was having a severe headache. And I don't know why this time I am having these headaches and blood pressure is very high. And now I'm monitoring and it's always been up 150. So it's really high. Different people will have a different physiology, so I have a different physiology, so I am having it. Yesterday we had a meditation session, third day, with the Bhante Bodhi. And it was an hour meditation which went well. And tonight we will study the Dhamma at 6 o'clock. So whoever wishes to join, you may come at 6 o'clock, and which will follow by the evening chanting. And on Sunday, this coming Sunday afternoon, we will have a meeting regarding the preparation for the 17th of May. And today, from yesterday afternoon, until now, there is no rain. It's pretty much better dry and very shiny, and it's like a complete another summer after almost 4 weeks of rain, which was again followed by the snow. Last night we did have a little bit of a frost, so keypad was locked, couldn't open, and still feeling cold. But no rain, it makes much different. Now with the little bit of a heat coming from the sun and more lighter than before, in no time, grass will grow, trees will become green, the spring will sprout rapidly. In a few days' time, we will see everywhere greenery. And with the greenery, different jobs will start within our center. Again, more jobs to be done. Cutting the grass, trimming the trees, preparing the flowers, like that. And yet, these, we do not take it as a burden, but we take it as entertainment and we enjoy it. People enjoy too. So there is a joy in those activities. And that joy again, something related to the environment that is affecting our mind. More daylight, less rain, warmer days. That does change our emotions, our feelings. Which is the reason why we try to keep our center more calmer, more open, and more conducive for the practice of a meditation. So people can come and practice. Obviously, we know that there are two ways of practicing meditation. One way is called a formal meditation, which we have to schedule ourselves to practice, like a morning and evening. Practicing doesn't matter how long, could be 5 minutes or 10 minutes. A formal meditation is very important. It's like charging a battery. Once we have charged, when we are fit enough to go and wander around, and we will have a good quality of mind after we have done the formal practice, which is why regularly we have this evening and morning chanting, which is combined with the meditation. At the beginning it may be difficult, but as we do it regularly, mind settles, body calms, emotion also feels joy to be part of this chanting and meditation. To keep it the habit, it may take us some time, but once we are kicked off, then there won't be no problem. And which again doesn't mean that we don't have to maintain. We have to maintain that practice. Doing good thing is always difficult compared to the wrongdoings. So we need a good effort to continue practice. And a second practice is mindfulness in daily life. So mindfulness in daily life is something that we have to integrate with our daily routine. Whatever we do, become a mindfully doing. Mindfully from the beginning of we wake up, try to be mindful. That's why I always explain and encourage every one of us to be mindful as soon as we wake up, rather than jump out from a bed. Be mindful of your physical body. Spend some time practicing this mindfulness of the body. And you can practice while you are brushing, toileting in a toilet, eating, walking, so on. So integration in the daily life is something very valuable and important for the development of the practice. Always maintaining the awareness throughout the day, whatever we do. And this is something that is important, which will help us to increase our understanding of the practice and our understanding of the nature of our own self and nature of surrounding us. Oftentimes people stress too much on the formal practice, but in fact we should emphasize more on the daily practice, informal practice. Sitting alone practicing is longer time is important, is impossible, as there are so many things to be done. So in formal practice, we're always on the move, and we're always doing something. So this practice is the key, like our mind is always entertaining, always engaging with this or with that, never being alone, even to stay silent or concentrated on any tasks that we do won't last long, only a couple of seconds. After a couple of seconds, mind will drift away, thinking of something. So it requires consistency of the practice so that we can develop our understanding more and more. And with that consistency of mindful awareness in our daily life helps us to recognize things the way it is. We can see it clearly rather than fuzzy or distorted. There will be a right understanding. As we know, to do good things it requires a lot of energy. But to do bad thing, although that requires good energy, but less burdened. But the results of that unwholesome action will burden a lot. Whereas the good actions when we have done, its result is more pleasable, more pleasing. And that's pleasing is long term. So practice of a mindfulness meditation in a daily routine, as well as whatever chores that we do, and become a mindful aware of it. It's a wholesome act which will have a lots of positive effects to our life. Nevertheless, when we are practicing in such ways, always distractions comes in the form of a Mara that distracts and takes away from our practice, makes us lazy, makes us see the entertainment of other things, other tools are much better. And then even having a doubt that after practice, what am I going to get? What is the purpose of it? Therefore, we have to be very mindful, even those thoughts too. Like there was once the Venerable Samiti during the time of the Buddha. He was meditating. While he was meditating, and he felt very calm and collected, and speaking that, wow, what a wonderful joy, wow, what a wonderful moment. So he was having those thoughts of a joy and a happiness. Then he contemplated on those thoughts. After contemplating on that, then he realized that there's like a big bang noise disturbed him, and he frightened him. So he ran to the Buddha out of a fear. After explained to the Buddha, then the Buddha, having seen his capability, the Buddha summoned him back to the same place and meditate as usual what he was doing. And again, after some times of the practice, similarly, he started to feel the joy and happiness and talking and speaking out loud. There comes another big bang. But this time he wasn't frightened. He didn't have a fear. Rather, he contemplated on that and said to himself that I have no desire at all. I am content. I have no fear. And that's how he was enlightened. Therefore, it is important that we understand the teachings properly, and then rather than just keeping for the formal practice, try to practice in informal way. The walking, talking, eating, working, being with somebody. I like a beautiful simile that Thich Nhat Hanh gave in his book called Every Step a peaceful step, a peace or something. Mm. So he starts off with the story of washing a plate. He said that washing a plate is just to wash a plate. Do not think about other things, just to wash the plate. And this is simple simile, but very profound. Similarly, in the same book, if I remember correctly, it was speaking about the time of yours. Oftentimes, as a father or a mother, when you spend time with children, you think that you are giving your time to children. And which again, a cause of stress and cause of unhealthy thoughts. But whereas if a father, example, thinks the time that he is having with the children is his time, and that definitely change him. And take the time himself into the children's life. So whenever he's with the children, that's his time rather than giving time to child or children. Something like that. So in the practice, that's why whenever whatever we are doing, we take it as this is my time, then there won't be a trouble. Whereas, but if we haven't got this skill, it's always cause trouble. So it's important that we practice in these ways to gain a real understanding and real knowledge, and as well as the practice helps to grow in the Dhamma. So wish you all the best. With this, now let's do the chanting.